Yeah, college really wasn't easy for me either. And I actually remember feeling some of the same overwhelming anxieties that you discussed with me. It was my experience, and it's also been the same experience in working with clients, that this is completely normal for a person to feel overwhelmed and feel as if there's no way of getting out of their current spot. But what I would like to share with you is that if they're able to take some time out and to really explore and get down to the bottom of the real reasons why they're struggling, they're always able to bounce back and usually better than ever. And I believe that you'll be no different. So perhaps we can start by then focusing on exploring some of the possible options which may help you with your anxiety, um, enable and for you to be able to better maintain some focus. Would that be okay with you?
Yeah, I guess I'd like that.
Okay. I think we should start by identifying a time when you did feel like you were competent to get your schoolwork done and just kind of talking about what that looked like for you.
Well, when I was in high school, I did pretty well in school. I had to really study, and schools never come easily for me, but I was able to maintain my grades, and they were good enough, for me to earn the scholarship in the first place. So
I think that's very important for us to make note of. Is not only does not everyone goes on to college, and certainly everyone doesn't go on to college with an academic scholarship. So there was a time that you were very competent to get your work done and to make good grades, or else you wouldn't have received a scholarship in the first place. Do you agree with this?
yeah, I guess that's a pretty good point.
I think a good starting point then for us to reframe your situation is, you stated that although it was never really easy for you, you were able to maintain the good grades in high school. So what are some things that you think were different then than now that were able to help you be successful?
Well, I know one thing right off the bat. I wasn't working as much then, and it was really important to my mom that I went to college. And she knew that they wouldn't ever be able to pay for my schooling, and they didn't want to see me start out my adult life in a bunch of debt from student loans. So she took the time to make sure that I took time out for studying and completed my homework, and she really held me to a schedule.
Okay. Now I want you to imagine where you want to be with your school assignments.
Well, I just want to know that I'm not behind on anything. Basic. I just want to know that I'm passing all my classes and that I'm not going to be at risk for losing these scholarships.
Okay. So, despite your very busy schedule, do you think it would be possible for you to compare your schedules, your work schedule with your school schedule, and try and carve out some sufficient time when you would be able to study?
Yeah, I guess we could try that.
Okay, how many hours per week do you feel like you're currently spending on your schoolwork now?
I'd say probably close to 5.
And how many hours do you feel would be sufficient for you to get where it is that you want to be in your schoolwork?
I'm not sure, but I would just logically think around 10.
Okay. So what I want you to do, and I actually want to have you go ahead and write this down so that it'll be easy for you to remember. The first thing that I'd like to ask you to do this week is to take your schedules and your work schedule and your class schedule and compare those, and then sit down and actually carve out some time each day when you would be able to spend studying, so that we can have 10 scheduled hours per week that you are going to devote just to your schoolwork. Do you think that's feasible?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Another thing that I'd like for you to do then is to monitor your study. And if you don't study during the hours that you've allotted for yourself, I want you to just write down why you were unable to complete your schoolwork during that allotted time. And just why you didn't complete it and kind of what you were feeling when you were unable to use that time. Is that something that you feel like you could do?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So can you just kind of then explain to me in your own words what you're going to be doing for this week?
Well, so just, you know, I'm going to schedule times that I need to be studying, you know, and stick to those no matter what. And then, you know, if for some reason I'm not able to do that, then I'm going to really write down why I didn't want to, or why I didn't do that, and then, you know, what made me not do that.
Okay. I think starting out with some of these basic time management skills and just scheduling to let yourself know that there is a time for you to be able to get everything done will really start to help your feelings of being overwhelmed and like it's impossible. And I also think that it's going to be very important for you to remember when those overwhelming feelings do arise that you are competent, and you have proven that in the past, that you are able to complete the assignments and get things done. So also for this week, I want you to try repeating to yourself when those overwhelming feelings pop into your mind that you are competent. So can you just go ahead and write that phrase down for me?
I am competent.
Okay, so how are you feeling about all of this thus far?
You know, I feel okay about it. I think it's doable.
And it's something that you're willing to try for me this week?
Yeah, I'll try.
Okay, so we've kind of talked about a lot of things thus far. We've talked about some of your feelings of being overwhelmed and worrying about your academic performance. And we also began to explore some of the ways in which we can work on your time management skills, as well as stopping those negative thoughts that you're having in regards to being able to complete your assignments. Is there anything else that you would like to discuss?
No, I think I'm pretty much good.
Okay, well, I look forward to meeting with you next week and seeing how your homework went.
All right.